Yeah, absolutely. And that's another thing, Sabrina, that we have to be very careful about. And I don't mean careful from a fear perspective. I mean careful from an intentional perspective. And I remember growing up, and we probably all heard it, tell me who you hang around with and I'll tell you who you are. And we used to blow that off. And now at almost 56, I realize how true that is, because it just it is contagious. So when we nine of the single cousins that were still single, all of us got married in 1987. It was a very expensive year for our family. So we're all getting married, having kids at the same time. We're building our careers more or less the same, buying the same type of house. We all had an Astro van or Aerostar, whatever the van was, as we were growing our families. So there was no one out here saying, "Hey, there's more. Hey, there's more," because you're in the circle, not a bad circle. I don't mean it in a bad way, but you're in your circle, and you're looking around and you're saying like, "Hey, I'm not doing so bad." Like Jim Rohn says, you're the average of the 5 people that you spend most of your time with.
Yeah.
And the first time I heard that, I almost fell out of my chair. I was like, I am in trouble. And I didn't mean it, again, not in a bad way, but I knew that I was destined for more and I wasn't going to get there if
Mm.
I stayed in my circle.
Mm.
And then of course it's the judgment and the who does she think she is, and what do you think about this, and you start losing certain people.
Yeah.
You don't It's like I say, I take them off my worry list, but they're never going to be off my prayer list, right?
Oh,
Because you don't stop loving them, you just have to do it from a distance sometimes, and it's okay, because they'll circle back or come back, whatever. They're always going to be, like I said, in my prayer list. But we have to have the courage to venture out, to seek out the people that are where we want to be and where we want to go, and especially from a mindset perspective. If I look around at my tribe now, um, there's so much like-mindedness. There's this beautiful gold thread that connects all of us.
yeah.
For my tribe, I think a lot of it is generosity, right? I don't do well with takers. Okay.
Mm.
I play really well with the givers.
Yeah.
And yes, giving and receiving are two sides of the same coin, but taking is different. And I had a lot of takers around me for a long time, and that's okay. I learned a lot, um, and it was necessary. And these are people, like I said, that I love, but I know my people now.
Yeah.
So we really need to be careful. Behavior is contagious. Attitudes are contagious, and we need to be mindful of that. And we need to take responsibility for ourselves enough that we are surrounding ourselves with the right people. And I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to that. You're having fun on the weekend, right? Nothing wrong with that. I love having fun, and I have fun all the time. I
Yeah.
don't just have fun on the weekends, right? Because I'm with my people
Exactly.
that fill me and that feed my soul and that will call me out of my shit when they need to call me out of my shit. And I
Yeah.
don't have a problem with that because I do it all the time, and I do it out of love. There's nothing. I'm not going to grow if people are just, oh yeah, you're doing so good. No, man, I want you to beat me up. I want you to call me out. I want you to let me know where I'm faltering. And if you are hanging around with mediocrity, again, I'm not saying it from a judging perspective. Just if you're hanging around with mediocrity, you're going to be mediocre.
Yeah.
And if that's what you want, good for you. Yay, 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 go for it. But if you want to be stratospheric success, mindset, generous, giving, impact driven, you got to hang around with those people. And they do exist, Sabrina. They are everywhere.
Yeah.
People are freaking awesome. People are awesome. And I know people that say, everywhere I go, people just, they're so bad and they treat me bad and they're backstabbing. And I go, listen, because that's what you're going out looking for.
Yeah.
99.999% of the time, if I go out looking for people to be generous and loving and caring and considerate and compassionate, that's what I find. I don't
Yeah.
find the assholes because I'm not looking for the assholes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Beautiful.